This is Tanya Bridge Malone back with another YouTube video. So today I'm going to show you a review of a shirt I got. Well, I got it not too many days ago, but I didn't show y'all. But I'm going to show y'all. I do have more money coming though, y'all, because I got my short-term disability approved. It may be a couple weeks before I get my first check. I don't know if they'll pay it all up at one time or if they'll just pay it by the week. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to show y'all what I copped today that I got from Ross. I know I ain't supposed to be spending money, but I got other money coming because I got money coming from my short-term disability, so I still want to show y'all what I copped. I'm going to show y'all my fit first. Gotta get out of the car to show it because I can't show it sitting in here. This is my Nike shirt. I got it for like 15 bucks at Ross. My shorts I've had for months, and my Air Force One white Air Force Ones. They match anything, these Air Force Ones. So that's my fit. Got another sleeveless shirt on underneath this. Oh, man. Anyway, it's a nice day today. It's a beautiful day. And I'm going to put this back up on my tripod if it'll stand up for me. Anyway, I'm going to show y'all what I copped. I did stop at Burger King and get me something to eat. I know, I spend money I shouldn't be spending, but you only live once, I guess, you know what I mean? The wind's bad today. It's a beautiful day. It's 70-some degrees out here. I didn't want to sit at home. But I stopped and got me a coffee. And I got 3 burgers, but I didn't do a review of the burgers. I did that yesterday. But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all having a blessed day. It is a beautiful day today. Thank the Lord we're alive. And I want to show you what I copped at Ross. I did cop some more stuff at Ross. Yes, I did. I copped stuff. So anyway, I want to show y'all one thing I got. It's a charge bank. I don't know if this is something that I'll ever need to use, but we'll see. It's a charge bank that actually, and it comes pre-charged. It's called Switchboard Power Bank 5000. I don't know what that MAH means. But it says it's pre-charged, ready to use, charges up to 2 times faster, charge fast anywhere, charge virtually any mobile device, including phones, tablets, and more. And it's a Type-C rapid charging. Output allows for 3 times rapid charging for compatible devices. I don't know if this will be compatible with my Android. That was what I was looking at when I was buying it, but I don't know if it said anything about Android phones. But anyway, either or, somebody in my house can get some use out of this if I don't use it, but I figure I probably will. It's a charge bank when you're somewhere and you don't have no place to plug anything in to charge. It's supposed to charge your phone. This will probably be something that I won't use a whole lot, but it was $9.99. $9.99 Ross. And I thought that was dope because I've seen people that have actually had these and they used them. When I was working, there was a guy who had a charge bank. And that's how he charged his phone, to keep it charged during the day, because he used it a lot. I don't know if a charge bank's really good to charge your phone like all the time, because I don't know if it drains the battery life of the battery, or I mean, I really don't know. I've bought fast charging cords before to charge my phones, and it's really messed with my battery life of my phone, so I don't know. But anyway, I got a pair of Puma shorts to match. I don't know, I'd have to dig back here behind my seats and pump up the Puma shoes I have that match this. I may have to do that, but I don't know exactly where they are back here. They're back here somewhere, but anyway, I don't really feel like digging them out, but I'll show them to you in another video or something. You've all already seen them anyway, but I bought these shorts to match those shoes. And I got socks to go with the Puma shoes too, so either or. I got these shorts. They got a zip pocket in the back. Puma Relax Fit. These were $12.99. I don't know what the original price was. It don't really say. Let me see. Yeah, the original price was $50. Size small in the men's. $12.99 is what I gave for them. $12.99. Got pockets on the deep pockets on the side. It says normal base EQ 120. It's got Puma on the front. Let me get it up here where y'all can see it. Puma. It's a Puma. I got a pair of Puma high top shoes back there that's got red and white in them, like a cream color and red in them. And I got socks to match them. Never worn them, but I'll wear them this summer. And I got these shorts, like I said, they're Puma shorts. Originally 50 bucks, got them for $12.99 to go with those shoes. And I also have socks with them back there that goes with them that I bought way back there. I got those for $12.99, and I picked up these shorts, which I bought these shorts just to lounge around in and maybe wear to bed. I got these for $7.99. The original price was $48. And this is a Flex Forward brand. They're kind of thick, but they're kind of thin. They're thick around here, but they're kind of thin here, but they're not too thin. And they were $7.99. Like I said, they was originally $48. I got them for $7.99. That's what I picked up. That's all I picked up. And believe me, this is the last pickup I'm going to have. I don't care what I say that on every video, but this last pickup. But anyway, I like those shorts. I wasn't going to pass them up because those Puma shorts, because I was looking for something to match those Puma shoes I got back there. The charge bank I'll get use out of, because I can use that if I'm in a place, if you're in a place where you can't get nothing, you can't plug nothing in to charge it, and you got that power thing charged, then you can charge your phone. Charge your phone, charge your tablet, whatever with it. I'm sure that I'll get use out of it. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the park today or not. I might, or I may just go back home. I don't know. I probably will go to the park, but I want to put some gas in this truck because it's getting low on gas. But anyway, I hope y'all having a blessed day. Hope y'all know the Lord loves you. I know I shouldn't be spending money, but I don't know, y'all. I just get tired of sitting in the house, so either or, it is what it is. I really like them Puma shorts, because them Puma shorts will match them shoes I got back there to the T, and I really didn't have any shoes or really shorts to match them. I mean, I did have some shorts. I could have wore some jean shorts, but I seen them Puma shorts, and I thought, well, that's dope. That's got red, black, and white in them, match my shoes. And the shoes I've had back there for probably 2 or 3 months now. I don't remember what I even gave for them. $35-40, I think is all I gave for them. And I got some matching socks for $7.99. There's like 3 or 4 pairs of socks I got for $7.99. They're Puma, so they match. I seen a black and white Puma shirt in there that I could have got to match these shorts, but I've already got, this wind is bad. I got my door open and it just wants to slam it shut. Gotta be careful. I don't want to slam my hand in the damn door. The wind blow back and hit me. Excuse my language, y'all. Anyway, I got a white spaghetti strap shirt or something that I could wear with them Puma shorts that don't have to have Puma on it, so I didn't pick up the shirt. Because usually a lot of times in the summertime when it gets warmer weather, I wear sleeveless shirts. I don't wear shirts with t-shirts hardly ever. I mean, I do, but very rarely. But I hope y'all know the Lord loves you. I'll let the Lord guide me what I'm to speak of, and this may not be the only video I do today. A lot of times I upload 2 or 3 videos a day, because right now I'm not working, so I got time to. I'm telling you, this wind is crazy out here. I don't know. I might go to the park and go for a walk, because I ain't went for a walk for a long time. I need to get some exercise. I'm gonna shut this door because the wind's blowing so bad it's gonna end up blowing it shut on my hand. I don't want that to happen. Yeah. No, I'm getting my drink. My bank account's draining low, man. I keep spending money I don't need to be spending. It is what it is, y'all. That charging bank I'll get use out of. I mean, obviously, because I've never had one, and if I'm out and about somewhere and I want to charge my phone, if I'm in my car and I want to charge my phone, if I got the cord to plug into it, I can plug it in, charge it. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of times when I'm out and about, when I'm at the park writing and I run out of battery life, I'd like to have something to charge it. I don't have a car charger. The thing in here is, my truck's a 99. And the thing that in these kind of vehicles, they have a thing like a cigarette lighter in them, but mine's broken here, so I have no way of charging my phone. So having that charge bank will actually help me. I'll probably use it quite often. If I'm able to use it with an Android phone, I mean, I should be able to, and that way I can charge my phone, because I'm out and about a lot of times. I make trips out of town. Anything I do, if I've got that charge bank, I can charge my phone. You know what I mean? And as long as you got the charge bank charged, you know. It's nice to have if you're out and about and you have, like I said, I have no way of charging my phone in my truck, because the cigarette lighter thing somebody took out and it don't even work. So I have no way of charging it in my car, so that charge bank I would get use out of. And a lot of times I'm out and about shooting videos, my phone gets low and I listen to beats and stuff and I'm freestyling over beats, and you know, YouTube wears my battery down pretty quick, especially when I upload videos. So having one of them charge banks in my truck means I have no other way of charging it in my truck. So that will be good for me to use. And for $10, that's a steal. You know what I mean? That's a steal. So I picked up something that I could use. That's something that I could use, definitely. And like I said, I'm going to be getting at least 2 or 3 checks from the short-term disability. Eventually, I'll get that. Eventually, I will. I don't know how long it'll take. I mean, I've looked up on the internet where it can take 2 to 3 weeks to get your first check. I don't know if they're going to send me a check at a time or if they're going to just give me all the money they owe me or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I'd say they'll just pay so much of it at a time. But yeah, this right here, I highly recommend to people. If you, like I said, if you have this charge port charged and you don't have no way of charging your phone in your car, which I don't because I have an older truck. It's a 99 Ford Ranger. And like I said, it's got an old cigarette lighter in it, and a lot of newer cars don't even have cigarette lighters in them. You know what I mean? Your newer vehicles don't have that, but mine's been torn out, so there's no way for me to use it to charge my phone, you know, to have like a cord I could buy to charge my phone. So therefore, having this probably will come in handy now that I think about it, because as long as I have this port on me, and I got the cord on me to charge the phone, then I can charge my phone from anywhere, you know? Because right now, I can't charge my phone in the car, you know what I mean? So usually when my battery life runs out, I go home, charge my phone, I'm done for the day. You know what I mean? Because I'm a content creator, this is what I do. I talk about the Lord, I show things that I buy, and I may not always have money to buy stuff. And this, like I said, this is probably definitely the last purchase that I'm making out of Ross, because I can't keep going in there every day buying stuff. I ain't gonna have no money left if I do. But like I said, I turned that fit. I got $125 coming back to me. I don't know if it's in my account yet. I was going to call this morning and check it, but I didn't get up to 12:30. And you know, banks close at 12 or 12:30 on Saturdays. So it'll be Monday before I'll be able to check it. I got the ATM I could go to, but the last time I put my debit card in the ATM, it about broke the damn thing. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. It was bent and everything else in there. It got stuck. I couldn't get it out. So I don't want to fool with the ATM. So anyway, I showed y'all what I copped. A couple pairs of shorts, 1 pair to wear with a pair of Pumas I got, and 1 pair to wear around the house just to sleep in and stuff, because it's getting warmer weather, and I don't have any just old shorts to wear to bed, you know what I mean, just to wear to bed for sleeping or whatever. So I'll get used to all that stuff. And first of all, you know, I got several things for the $125 that I might have went and spent it again, but at least I used it to go towards stuff that I'll use, and I got a heck of a lot more bang for my buck in Ross. I always say dress for less. You do not have to be out here shopping full price for stuff to dress for less. And I wish I could get them Puma shoes out back there, but it'd probably take me forever to dig them all out. I got, you know, so it is what it is. But you can find stuff in Ross for cheap. If you don't have to have the most latest and up-to-date stuff, man. This shirt here is dope for 15 bucks. 15 bucks. Now, the shorts I got on, I didn't get from there. I gave $55, $60 for these shorts when I bought them, because I got them from Hibbett's. But that was back when I was working. You know, I bought them way back there. And I got I found 2 Nike shirts inside of Ross. One of them was $12.99, was like a freaking $70 or $80 t-shirt. It was quite expensive. And I got it for $12.99. It's an extra large, but I don't give a crap. I'll wear it. I like baggy clothes. I'll wear it. And I got another black shirt I got in there for like $12.99, for like $10 or $12.99, and it was originally $75, $80 shirt, t-shirt. So man, even if you buy something bigger when it comes to a shirt, it ain't no big deal. You can cut the sleeves out of it. You can do whatever you want to do with it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's always ways to dress for less. I mean, if you're a person who has to wear everything just to fit you and shirts to be tight fitting, I don't like my clothes tight. So if I find something that's in a different size, hey, I'll pick it up. You know, so you figure with all the money I spent in Ross, I got a whole outfit for less than 30 bucks. The shirt I got that was $125 originally, got it for $17.99. Shorts and jean shorts I got for camo shorts I got for 10 bucks. I got a pair of shoes in there for 40 bucks. I got another shirt for $10 and this shirt for $15. And then I got me a wallet yesterday, which I wanted to show y'all that. I got this wallet for $10, Juicy Core. It is girly, right? Hardly do I pick up a lot of girly stuff, but you know, I am a girl, you know. And yeah, I got this for 10 bucks. So I got all that stuff. Plus, You figure that's a lot for $100. It may not be as much as what you might think it would be, but it's dope. I got all this stuff today. I got this shirt and that wallet and a pair of shoes and another shirt for $10 and a whole fit for less than $30. The one fit was almost $30, but I got all that stuff for still cheaper than what I gave for one outfit in Hibbett Sports. You know what I mean? So you can pick up a few things here and there in Ross. Like, you might find a pair of shoes, you're like, man, I don't know if I have anything to match that. Well, you put it back, you buy you some socks to match with it. I got the socks for $7.99, 4 or 5 pairs. And then I got the shoes for like $30 or $35. They were less than $40. I bought them way back there, and you go into Ross and you find a pair of shorts, well, them Puma shorts, black and red and white, matches the shoes. You can go to Walmart and get a spaghetti strap white shirt for $3 and you got a whole fit. Whole fit. You got the shorts for $12.99, you got the socks for $7.99, you got the shoes for $35, and you got the shirt for $3. You got the whole fit. How much is that? For a whole fit, shoes, socks, shirt, and shorts. We ain't talking about underwear. Most of y'all surely got underwear. I'm just saying, y'all, the whole fit. The shoes, the socks, the shirt. I already got a white shirt at home, spaghetti strap shirt, sleeveless, it'll match it. It don't have to be a Puma shirt to match it. Because in the summertime, when it gets hot, I wear sleeveless stuff. You don't hardly ever catch me wearing t-shirts in the summer. I may every once in a while, but most generally, I got a sleeveless shirt on. I'm just saying, the whole fit. I'd have to average it up. It's $13, $35, so that'd be what? 35 plus, let's see. 35 plus 13. 36 or 7 or 8 or 9, 40 for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5. Or 6, for 7, 48. $48 for the shoes and the shorts. And then the shirt was $3. $49, $50, $51. And then you got the shirt for $3, $52, $53, $54. Less than $55 for the socks, the freaking, you know what I mean? It's less than $60 or $70 for the shoes and the whole damn fit. You can't beat that. I don't care what you say. You can find stuff cheap in Ross, man. Y'all need to start shopping just for less. Quit going out here giving full price for stuff if you don't have to. If you're on a budget, especially like me, I don't have any money to be spending, honestly. But if I'm going to buy something, I'm going to go in Ross and buy it. I ain't going in these high expensive stores to give a full price for something. I'm not doing it. Not when I can go in here and get stuff for cheap. Now, I had a jacket picked out that was just a pullover jacket, but I had a hole in it because they had the damn tag through the hole in the material. So I was like, nah, I ain't buying that. It was a Nike pullover jacket, sort of like somebody worked out in, you know, just something light to put over in case it's on a chilly day or something. It was $20, originally $100. But I didn't end up getting it because I seen a hole in the material. I said, nope, I ain't doing that. You got to watch that stuff in Ross. You got to watch that stuff in a lot of places, even your regular stores. You got to watch them putting them tags in the material and putting a hole in them. I ain't paying for that. I don't care if it's $5. If it's got a hole in the material, I ain't buying it. But yeah, you can dress for less, man. I know there's people on my channel like fashion. There's got to be. You watch my videos, you got to like fashion. I'm just saying. It's cheaper to go in Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and Burlington Coat Factory, and I'm sure there's several other stores that maybe I don't have in my town, but there's a lot of stores out there in the city. You can find stuff for cheap. You ain't got to give full price for it. There used to be a place I used to shop for my son clothes when he was younger, when he was still in school. I think it was called Gabriel Brothers. I think that's what it was called. I'd bring stuff home. My dad's like, man, my mom used to shop there for me. I thought, yeah, what's wrong with it? Like, well, some of the sizes don't make true to size. Well, try the frickin' shit on. Try it on. You know what I mean? I mean, I could go get I could get $100 and come home with 2 or 3. I could go to Gabriel Brothers and buy Nike stuff, whatever. I took my son with me to try the stuff on. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, some of their stuff might say it's a size 6 and it might be a size 2 or something, you know, you don't know. Like, some of their stuff was like that. But if you took the person you'd buying the clothes for with you to let them try them on, I got $100 worth of stuff and you'd have 2 weeks worth of clothes. You know what I mean? For school, that's where I shop for my son's school clothes, because I didn't get a lot of child support for my son when he was younger. And you could get, you could get Levi jeans for $8 to $10 a pair. And I just took him with me to try them on. Yeah, they had some dope stuff in there. They did. My dad said, I don't know why you go to places like that to buy his clothes. My mom used to do that. They don't even true to size. I said, dude, all you got to do is look the clothes over, make sure there ain't no holes in them, make sure the tags are where they're supposed to be, so when you take them off, they don't put a hole in them. Make sure even if the sizes wasn't true to size, you could try them on. I used to buy clothes in there even for myself. People think they're too good at shopping places like that. That's what's wrong with people. I think they're too good, but when you only have so much child support money to buy your kids school clothes, you go where you can afford to buy them. And I knew I could buy name brand clothes cheaper in there than I could Walmart. I remember my son, when he was older, when I got my trailer, he was about probably 14 or 15 years old. And he decided he wanted to live with my parents, which is only 2 miles down the road, 2 or 3 miles down the road from where I lived in the trailer court. I gave him the option. Mom said he could live there, he could live with me. He decided to live with her for the first 9 months to a year. And anyway, she asked me for money to get his school clothes with. I gave her $400 to go get him shoes and his clothes. And she said, she said, Tanya, $400 ain't enough money. She told me, well, you don't have to give me $400. I said, well, what do you mean? This is all I can afford. I got a house payment, a car payment. I got health insurance I'm paying on him. I got taxes coming out of my check. I got a whole house full of utilities I have to pay. I got to pay my insurance on my vehicle and my car payment. And I got all the utilities in the house I have to pay, plus buy groceries. I said, and have gas money to get to and from work. I said, you say $400 was too much money at first, and then when she went shopping, she said, oh, I can't buy all this. Well, the boots she bought him for school was $100 and some. You can't buy no clothes out of that. That's all I could afford. I had other bills to pay. I was living by myself, paying all my bills myself off $20.20 an hour. My trailer payment was $620 some a month. My lot rent was $150. Then I had my car payment was like $300 a month. And that wasn't including the utilities in the house I had to pay or groceries I had to bring into the house. And I thought, damn, why are you going on about $400? You can't buy school clothes and a pair of shoes for $400? Yeah, you can. You can go to Gabriel Brothers. You can go to Walmart and buy him whatever jeans. You buy him whatever you can afford to buy all the money I gave you. It don't matter. My son never cared about name brand. Well, what I'm saying is that's really gaslighting somebody. You told me to give you money I didn't have. I gave you $400. It may not seem like a lot of money, but that's probably more than what some people have to spend. That was just one kid going back to school. It only got $135 a month child support on him, so I had to add my own money out of paying all my bills, and she thought I had more than $400 to spend on school clothes. I didn't have. I gave her what I could afford to give her. And she went into all these expensive stores, buying pants and everything. It cost $50 and $60 a pair. I said, you can go to Walmart and get Wranglers for $20 a pair. I said, what the hell? I said, you can't go to Walmart and buy his clothes? You don't have to go out here and buy the most expensive stuff. If you ain't got enough money to buy it, you go where you can afford to buy what he needs. And she went out and bought him 2 pairs of Levi's, and they were, $60, $70 a pair, and they didn't even end up fitting him. She got him the wrong size. So she had to drive clear back to Lexington to the mall to return them. And I think she got them in pennies or something. See, get real, man. Sean didn't care about name brand clothes. When he got older, clothes got more expensive, I couldn't afford any more than what money I gave her, and she took the money, and then at first she said that was too much money. Then the next minute, she turns around and says it wasn't enough. Complaining at me. I gave her $400. You can go buy a pair of boots, which his boots was like $120, $130 probably. They was over $100 for the boots he wanted, which they were cowboy boots. He liked boots. So that's what she bought him. I said, well, okay. That still leaves you with $300. It leaves you $280 to $290. I said, or $300 left to buy his clothes. Where are you going to go buy pants for $20 or $30 a pair? Whatever you buy, it's going to have to be cheap. At the time, we didn't have a Ross in town. This Ross didn't come in here until about 2 years ago. Well, what I'm saying is we didn't have a lot of places in town to shop, so she went out of town and went to the mall. The most expensive place that you could go to buy jeans. She worked at a local Walmart. She could have got 5 pairs of jeans. She probably could, let's see. There's 25 times 4 is $100. She could have went into Walmart and bought him 4 or 5 pairs of jeans for $100 and some. They're usually, at that time, they was about $20 a pair. Alright, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. She could have got 5 pairs of jeans for $100. And there's a lot of times in Walmart you can find shirts for $5 to $10 a piece. You buy what the hell you can afford. You can't go out here and spend money you ain't got when you got bills to pay. You know? I don't have my own place right now, but then I did, and that's all I had to give was $400. And I had to add at least $300 of my own money to it so she could get his school stuff he needed. He already had a backpack. He'd had it for 2 or 3 years. It was a Nike one. There was nothing wrong with the one he had. He didn't have to have a new one. He needed socks, underwear, and freaking shirts and pants. $300 may not seem like a lot of money to buy clothes because money don't go nowhere when you go into these expensive ass stores you can't afford to shop in. You know. But she went and spent $150 on 2 pairs of jeans, and guess what? They didn't even fit him. She got the wrong size. She had to return them. I said, you're sitting here telling me you can't buy his school clothes on what I gave you. She bought him a pair of shorts, a jean pair of shorts, or some kind of shorts that he never ever wore. I don't know how much money she gave for them. It was expensive. I said, Mom, Sean don't even wear shorts to school. I said, and if he does wear shorts, it's basketball shorts, but he don't really wear them to school. I said, he mostly wears jeans. I said, you can go to Walmart and find shirts on the clearance rack for $5 and $10 a piece. You can go in other places. I said, there's Gabriel Brothers. There's other places in the city you can go to buy his clothes without paying that kind of money. Because he ruins everything he gets still to this day. If you buy him anything good, even I've bought him name brand stuff before, and he does not take care of it. He ruins all of it. There's no point in giving $100 for a pair of pants a boy's going to go freaking ruin. You know what I mean? Get real. I mean, y'all, people buy what they can afford to buy. Sometimes we can't always afford Nike and Adidas and all these expensive brands. I always made sure that he had brand name stuff when I took him shopping, because I shopped at places where I shopped at places similar to Ross. In Mount Sterling, they had I can't remember the name of the store, but it was a lot like a Gabriel Brothers. But she too good to shop in places like that. She shops at Walmart for herself clothes sometimes. But when you only have a certain amount of money and you have, you got kids in school making fun of people, but it don't matter what you wear. Even if you wore name brand, they're still going to find something to make fun of you for. I always made sure he had a pair of name brand shoes to wear. That I didn't give $100 for him a pair of tennis shoes. He goes through them too quick. And I didn't buy him shoes from Walmart. I bought him shoes for they were either skateboarding shoes, because he likes skateboarding shoes. I remember I bought him a pair of Adidas one time. He loved them. I gave $40 or $50 for them, but he wore them. They lasted him forever. What I'm saying is he liked boots. He didn't like tennis shoes. He liked wearing boots. And they was $100 and some a pair. And I would buy him a pair for school. But it sure wasn't coming out of no $135 freaking child support check I got a month, because that wasn't enough to clothe him. What I'm saying is I had to work and add money to it. And when I lived on my own, I had bills to pay. I didn't have no more than $400 to give her. That was gaslighting. She could have bought him clothes for that. She could have. You could have went to Walmart and got jeans for $20 a pair. That's what he always wore, was Wranglers. That's what he liked wearing. Now you going to go out and give $60 or $70 for a pair of jeans that this boy's going to tear up. You know what I mean? He don't care about name brand. My son never cared about name brand. He never cared about Jordans. He never cared about name brand shoes. He never did care about shoes. He liked boots. So I bought what he wore. And he didn't care. He always told me, he said, Mommy, I don't care if you buy my clothes at Walmart or where you get them, because he didn't even like to shop for clothes. He didn't like buying clothes. He wasn't into clothes. He did not care where they came from. He wouldn't have cared if it came from the dollar store, but I didn't buy his clothes from the dollar store, but either or. People buy what they can afford. I mean, it cost you $120 for the freaking, I mean, it wasn't that hard. She had to get his school supplies, which I paid for that. She didn't pay for it out of the money I gave her. I paid for his school supplies, so that was more money. I went out and bought all the, when he went to school, and found out what he needed. I didn't buy any school supplies except a little bit of paper and pencils until I found out what all he needed. Because when you get up in high school level, there's different things you have to have. So when they send the school supply list out, then I would go buy what he needed school supplies-wise. But $400 was plenty of money to buy him pants and shirts, socks and underwear, and a pair of freaking shoes. Yeah, it was. It might not seem like that much money, but we're talking 7, 8, we're talking back when he was 15 years old. He's 21 now. I'm just saying, people want to ridicule parents because they don't have the money to go out here and buy a $200, $300 pair of Jordans. Sean wasn't into Jordans. My son never cared about that. He ain't into that. He ain't into fashion. He ain't into clothes. He don't care if they come from Walmart. He don't care. Wear what you want to wear. God doesn't, I mean, God's not going to hate me because all I have is $400 to give her for school stuff. I told her, I said, what do you mean? He don't need a backpack. A backpack he's had for 2 or 3 years. I gave $60 or $70 for a backpack when I bought it, and it's still fine. It ain't ripped. It's still fine. He don't need a new one. You don't have to buy what you don't need. And if you're one of my subscribers and you're one of my viewers who's went through this in your life, comment down in the comment section below. I think that was really crappy that she said $400 wasn't enough to buy what he needed for school. Bullshit. He's one kid. You can go to Walmart and get Wranglers for $20 a pair. They're probably still not any higher than $25 right now. You can get 4 or 5 pairs of jeans for a little over $100. It's simple as that. Shirts you can get for $10 to $15 a piece. You don't have to have fucking 20 shirts. Because by Christmas time, I would go out and buy him new clothes because he'd outgrow the ones he got for school. Because when kids are still growing, you have to go buy them more. Well, I'm just saying. It's stupid when parents want to come off with that. If she come off with that, I was like, really? Hell, I told her, I said, you can go to Walmart and buy his jeans and get 4 or 5 pairs of jeans for a little over $100. I said, why are you going out here giving $70 for a pair of jeans when he don't even take care of his clothes? He's still growing. You don't need to spend that kind of money on clothes for somebody that's still growing. No, she had to be up to date with her sister who shopped in all these stores that was expensive, that she couldn't afford to shop in. Not with the money I gave her, she couldn't. She needed to go to Walmart. They ain't nothing wrong with Walmart's clothes. All these kids out here thinking they gotta have a $200 or $300 pair of freaking shoes. That's kind of sad. You expect your parents to spend that kind of money on you clothes when they don't have that kind of money to spend. $200 and $300 on a pair of Jordans for a kid whose feet are still growing. How much sense does that make? But there's parents out here everywhere who do that shit. I didn't do that with my son because his feet were still growing and he was going to grow out of them, and I wasn't giving that kind of money for shoes or clothes. I never did. Now, when you get up old enough and you stop growing and the clothes that you buy will last you for a long time, that's different if you take care of them. But for somebody who's going to take a $100 freaking shirt and go out here and ruin it the next day, why the hell would you spend that kind of money on clothes for a kid that's still growing? It's stupid, really. To me, it's stupid. But there's parents who do this stuff, and I'm not trying to ridicule them, but I mean, you do what you want to do, but I never done that. I never had the money to do that. I had his phone bill I was paying a month because I had a cell phone for him from the time he was 10 years old. I gave $55, $60 a month for, making $7 or something an hour before I got out on my own. And most of the time he was younger, up till he was 12, I was making $7.25 an hour. How in the hell could I afford a damn $200 or $300 for a pair of freaking shoes? I'm glad he wasn't into name brand stuff because I couldn't afford it all. And if I did, I had to go to a discounted store to get it. I remember I went into Plato's Closet before and bought some stuff for my son. Shorts, look nice. You can find some dang good used stuff in Plato's Closet. I highly suggest that place to shop too. Gently used clothing, basically. I bought him some good nice shorts and shirts in there for summer. What's the point in giving full price for stuff to you all if you don't have to? If you got kids and you can't afford name brand, go to Plato's Closet in Cincinnati, Ohio. Or wherever there may be other ones around other places. I don't know if they still exist or not. It's a used clothing store, but it's a lot of nice stuff. I found a lot of nice stuff for my son in there for summertime. He didn't care. They were name brand for a cheap price. Just because they're used don't mean they're not in good shape. A lot of people may buy something for their kid and wear it once or twice and take it in there. You can get it for $5 or $6. It might cost you $60 or $70 out in the store somewhere. And you know, as your kids get older, stuff gets higher. Because the bigger sizes you go up into, the more they cost. I'm talking to the people out here who's got kids that school time started up and they couldn't afford all kinds of this name brand stuff. Not everybody can. My son never cared about name brand. He never did. And if I found stuff on sale, I would buy him stuff that was Levi's if they were on sale. But the thing of it is, even Levi pants I bought my son at times that were $30 a pair for, he was only maybe 7 or 8, 10 years old. That's still high. That's high for somebody his age, but there were times I did when I had the money and other times that I didn't, and I shopped at Walmart for his school clothes because that's all I could afford. Especially when I was living out on my own with a house payment, car payment, utility bills, groceries, and everything I had to pay. I don't know. I don't understand these parents out here that want to go out here and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on one kid clothes and shoes that they're only going to outgrow in 2 months. CIE! It don't make no sense. It really don't. It don't make any sense to spend that kind of money, but that's on y'all if that's what you do. But I never did do that for my son. I always made sure he had a pair of name brand shoes. Whatever clothes he wore, they looked just as good as anything else. There ain't nothing wrong with Walmart's clothes if that's all you can afford. He's like, well, I can't buy it. I said, what? I said, you can't buy his school stuff, his clothes, and his shoes out of $400. Well, you can't do that. I was like, you're crazy. Where are you buying his clothes at? And she went clear to freaking Cincinnati in a mall and paid $60 or $70 a piece for 2 pairs of jeans, and she didn't even get him the right size. She didn't even take him with her to get them. So she had to end up driving all the way back to Cincinnati to return those pants to get her money back. I said, damn. I said, you're sitting here bitching you ain't got enough money out of $400 to get him what he needs for school? No, there was separate money. That wasn't including a freaking damn school supplies. I bought extra money to buy his school supplies when I knew what he needed. What I'm saying is, that's crazy. That's plenty of money to buy clothes and a pair of shoes. And socks and underwear. Socks and underwear ain't cheap, but you can get a whole package of Hanes freaking socks for probably at least $15 or $20 at Walmart, and underwear might cost you $15 or $20. So what? You got $40 in socks and underwear. All right, you need. I mean, that's just crazy. You can go in Walmart and get on the clearance rack and find shirts for $5 and $10, $15 a piece. I see it all the time. T-shirts, whatever, long sleeve shirts. It's not going to cost you more than $10 or $15 for a shirt. It don't. Back then it didn't. It ain't like he didn't have any clothes that still fitted him or anything. My gosh, you ain't got to have $500 or $600 to go school shopping. That's just for one kid. Imagine if you had 2 or 3 you had to buy school clothes for. My cousin's got 4 kids. Who in the hell could afford all that? That's why I only had 1 kid. No offense to people that have more kids, but hell, I did well to provide for my one. And what child support I get wasn't enough to even buy him probably 2 or 3 outfits. $135 ain't gonna buy you much. That perturbed me when she said that to me. I sit and think about it now. It aggravates the hell out of me. Excuse my language. I love the Lord, but that's just crazy. $400 wasn't enough to buy school clothes and a pair of shoes. Well, honey, if you got to have a $200 or $300 pair of Jordans, no, it wouldn't be enough money to buy school clothes. You go where you can afford to go. I don't care what anybody says. I wasn't spending that kind of money on school stuff. I paid what I could afford to give her to buy his school stuff with, and that's what she had. Gaslighting is all get up. I got a lot of family members gaslight me. But I'd have just aggravated the hell out of me because I thought, there ain't no way you going to tell me $400 ain't enough to buy him 5 outfits, some socks and underwear, and a pair of freaking shoes. You had $300 left after you bought the boots and you still couldn't buy him. You could have went to Walmart and got 5 pairs of pants for a little over $100. And you had plenty of money, $50 probably would have bought the socks and underwear. Probably wouldn't even have costed that. And you need 5 shirts. Okay? You can buy 5 shirts easily at Walmart for $100. So the pants, $100, maybe $110 at the most for 5 pairs of pants. And you can get 5 shirts for less than $100. That's $200. Then we're going to talk about another maybe $35, $40 for some socks and underwear. So that's $250. And then you're going to have another $100 and some you gave for the boots, and I'm still going to buy his school supplies out of my money. That $400 didn't include his school supplies. He didn't need a backpack because it still was fine. It had no rips, no tears. There was nothing wrong with it. So I'm telling you, $400 was plenty of money to get his clothes and socks and shoes. That is all he needed. He didn't need nothing else except his school supplies, which I provided that once I got a freaking list. Once he started school and the list came out to know what he needed to buy, then I bought it. I made sure he had pencils. I made sure he had paper. Other than that, I didn't send him to school with nothing else, maybe a few folders. I waited for them to send the school supply list on what needed to be bought. So that didn't come out of the $400. She had to buy him socks, underwear, shirts, pants, and a pair of shoes. $400 may not seem like a lot of money, but it was more than plenty to get what he needed. You could have bought him 5 shirts, 5 pants for $200 and probably $10. You could have bought him socks and underwear for $35 to $40 and his shoes $100 and some. All right, let's get out a freaking calculator, man. If you add that up, let's just add it up. Let's just do the math. You know, if you really want to think about it, let's just do the math. We'll figure it up. $105 for pants, $100 for 5 shirts, because you can get 5 shirts at Walmart for $100, probably less than $100. All right, and we're gonna put $50 down for socks and underwear, and that's pretty shooting a long shot. But we're gonna put $50 for socks and underwear. We're gonna put $120 for the boots, and we're gonna add this up and see if this is more than $400. 105 be 205, 50. All right. So we got $10 minus 5 is 5, 6, $365. I know that's not a lot of money. I know $400 may not seem like a lot of money, but that is more than enough. The boots was $120. The fucking pants was probably be $105, and she still had plenty of money to buy what he needed. It may not have been as much as what she thought it was if she was going to go out here to these expensive ass stores and buy stuff she knew she couldn't afford to buy. You go to Walmart, you buy what you can afford. 5 pairs of jeans for a little over $100. 5 shirts probably wouldn't even have costed $100. You could have found some on the clearance rack for $5 and $10. There's always stuff you can find on sale. Walmart always has clearance racks. You ain't got to have the best of everything, honey. And if you want name brand clothes, then you go to places like Ross. You go to places, but Ross wasn't in our town at the time. But outside of town, there probably was a Ross in the Cincinnati area somewhere, or maybe. I don't know. What I do know is there's a TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory. There's other places to go besides the fucking mall. Besides the damn mall that costs you a freaking fortune to buy anything in. That's the last place you need to be you're shopping for your kids' clothes. I'm just saying. It may not have been that much money, but she still had enough money to buy the boots. She still had money to buy the pants. She still had money to buy the shirts with plenty of money left over. And she still had money to buy socks and underwear if you went to Walmart. But if you're going to go out here and spend $70, $80 on a pair of pants, well, hell no, you're not going to get a wardrobe with that. You buy what you can afford, honey. You buy what you can afford. And when I sit and think about it, it aggravates me to think. And that happened a long time ago. I forgive her for it, but that's just crazy. That's all the money I had. And that money I gave her was not to buy school supplies too. That was to only buy his jeans, shirts, socks, underwear, and buy him a pair of shoes. And if she couldn't afford $100 and some for the pair of boots, she should have just bought him a pair of tennis shoes. She could have easily got a pair for $50 or $60. Either or. You buy what the hell you can afford. You don't get out here, and excuse me for cussing, but I'm just saying, I ain't perfect. I ain't holier than thou. I'm just saying, there ain't no way, there ain't no way, I don't care. I know at $400 don't seem like a lot of money to buy one kid's school clothes. It's one kid. You can go to Walmart and buy your school clothes. Sean did not care about name brand clothes, so it didn't matter. He didn't care. She could have brought in $100 pair of pants and he wouldn't have cared, because he don't look at name brand. He didn't care about name brand. He still don't care about name brand. If you buy him a name brand pair of jeans, I bought him a name brand pair of jeans even when he's older. I bought him clothes out of here at Ross, and he'll ruin them. You know, he won't take care of them. He never was the type of person to have old clothes for old clothes and good clothes for good clothes. So when he goes anywhere, he ain't got nothing decent to wear because he ruins everything he has. He's 21 years old and still does the same thing. Well, you going to go out here and spend a ton of money on something that he's just going to ruin? I'm just saying, y'all, it don't pay you. If somebody don't like name brand, they don't care what the clothes are. You don't have to spend that kind of money. And if you do have a kid and you have a Ross or Marshalls in your area, shop for school clothes there. You don't have to give full price to look fly. You can go to Walmart and look fly. You can go to Walmart and look fly, honey. You don't have to buy their shoes from there. But you can find a decent pair of shoes for $40, $50. It depends on what you're looking at. Ross sells shoes for half price, more than half price. Y'all don't have to give that full dollar amount. Especially for my single parents out here who's living on their own. They can't afford that. And I probably will end up shooting another video, but maybe and maybe not. But anyway, that's what I want to talk about today. The Lord was involved in that, because the Lord don't look at what name brand clothes you wear. That does not determine who you are. The brand name of your clothes does not determine who you are in Christ. If you're a saved soul, and even if you're not, them clothes, them material possessions they do not define who you are as a person. They don't. The world may have you think that, but that's not true. Parents out here, especially single parents raising kids on their own, they don't have all that money to spend on outfits. $200 and $300 for a pair of Jordans. Your kid don't have to have the latest Jordan. Your kid don't have to have the latest pair of shoes. Your kid don't have to have the latest pair of jeans. Your kid don't have to have that. It don't matter how much they want name brand. I wouldn't buy it if I didn't have the money. I'd go to discounted stores to buy my clothes, and if they wouldn't wear them, they'd go to school naked then. You know what I mean? They're going to wear them. It is what it is. You all out here with kids who want all this name brand stuff that you can't really afford. Some of y'all are out here buying stuff, doing away with paying your bills to buy that stuff. You don't need that stuff. Your kid don't need that stuff. These kids out here today, they want everything. Some of them do, but I'm glad my son wasn't raised that way. He didn't act that way. It is what it is. All these kids going to get made fun of. I mean, making fun of happens in schools, and I don't condone it. I was made fun of in high school myself. And so is my son, but not over his clothes. Nobody cares what you wear. And if kids are coming to school making fun of kids whose parents can't afford to buy all this expensive stuff, that's pretty sad. I used to wear name brand clothes to school. People make fun of my clothes when I was in school. They didn't care. I wore what I wanted to wear. What I'm saying is, and when I got old enough to work, I was working, I was babysitting my cousin who was living with me at the time, and I was buying my own damn school clothes. Buy all my clothes for $200, shoes and all. So don't tell me that you can't get out there and shop on a budget. Because there are local places. I don't care if you have to drive an hour and a half to get to your local Ross. Go to places that shop dress for less. You can find name brand clothing without giving full price for it. I don't care what anybody says. It ain't okay to go out here and give full price for something if you ain't got the money. You're taking away money from paying a bill to buy something just because your kid has to have it. Get real in the field. They don't have to have it. It's just society and the world telling them they have to fit in. They don't have to fit in. Parents out here, I'm telling you, parents out here buying their kids $200 and $300 shoes, to me, that's crazy. That is just flat out crazy. I ain't trying to be mean, but if you got the money to do so, that's one thing, but not everybody does. So make sure you raise your kids up not to make fun of other kids who can't afford to buy stuff in expensive ass stores. They can only afford what they can afford. Maybe all they can afford is dollar store clothes. Maybe all they can afford is Walmart clothes. Maybe there's some people out here that all they can afford to do is go to the Goodwill and buy their kids' clothes. You cannot sit around here and make fun of people. God does not condone it. We've all been there when we ain't had much money and school time turned around and we didn't get much child support from our babies' daddies or vice versa. There was many a months my son's father would go months without paying his child support, and he only had to pay $35 a week. But that happens. It happens with deadbeat fathers. He don't care whether they provide. There's many a people out here who do not want to provide for God's kids. That need to because they created them, but they don't want to help take care of them. And yeah, my son lived with my parents some in his life, but that don't mean he didn't come to live with me. And that don't mean I didn't go see him. That didn't mean I didn't provide for him financial-wise or food-wise. But by golly, you can only do so much when you got a house payment, car payment, and you're paying everything yourself, and you don't have no man living with you helping you pay nothing. How are you supposed to do that? It's hard to do on $20.20 an hour. Come on now. I did well to pay my bills. Luckily, I've been putting his child support money back for a couple of months and had to add a couple $100 of my own money to it so he could have money to get what he needed. So yeah, school time was never fun for me. But everybody out here acts like people's got to have the best of everything. They don't have to have. They don't have to have the best of everything. Get that out of your mind. As a parent, you don't have to pay $200 and $300 for a pair of Jordan shoes or a pair of freaking shoes for your child to wear to school that they're going to outgrow. It does not make sense. But I'm not ridiculing anybody that does. If you have the money to do it and that's what you want to spend your money on, then you go ahead and do it. But I didn't do that for my kid. He wasn't into name brand clothes. He didn't care about clothes, period. He didn't care when school time started because he didn't care about clothes. I did. I liked clothes when I was growing up. I'm fashion. I like fashion. But I've wore stuff from Walmart. I've wore stuff from the Dollar Tree. I wore stuff from the dollar store. I've wore stuff of all kinds of places growing up. And I did not think bad of myself. I remember one boy when I was in high school made fun of me. I bought a shirt from the dollar store. I liked it. It was a hooded shirt. I liked hoodies. It was not a sweatshirt, but it was a long sleeve shirt made out of t-shirt material and had a hoodie on it. I paid $10 for it. He made fun of me. He said, that come from the dollar store. I'm like, yeah. What about the clothes you wear, dude? You live in a freaking trailer court with 4 or 5 other brothers and sisters, and you tell me you ain't bought nothing from the dollar store? I said, that shirt there you got on's from the dollar store. How you gonna say something about what I'm wearing? That's all he did was go around making fun of people. His ass ended up in jail when he got older. With that attitude and that pessimistic crap, and he wanted to make fun of people. He lived in a trailer and wanted to make fun of me because I wore a shirt to school that cost $10 from the dollar store. I didn't care to buy stuff from the dollar store. I liked the clothes there. You tell me. You tell me why kids want to make fun of other kids because they can't afford name brand stuff. Are their parents teaching them that? Some of them are. Some of them are growing up in toxic environments and they think it's okay to sit and ridicule people over stupid stuff. Sit and call you Elvis. Sit and call you all kinds of names. I'm telling you. I got made fun of in school. I know what it's like, so I hate to see kids get made fun of because of what they wear. And trust me, it's happened to me. Wearing name brand or not wearing name brand, trust me, y'all, they're going to find some reason to make fun of somebody because kids have no respect for nobody. A lot of kids don't. I ain't talking about all kids, but some kids, when they're raised up in toxic environments, they do not care. They make fun of people. Not all of them, but some of them do. They're troublemakers. And 9 times out of 10, them people going to end up in jail when they get older because they going to be stealing, they going to be lying, they going to be conniving, they going to be narcissistic, they going to make fun of other kids, they going to make fun of grown-ups, they're going to be working in the industry, they're going to be working in the mainstream industry, they're going to be working in people that got a lot of money, they be making fun of people. Come on, man. It's all around you. Devil worshipers. demonic possessions. Christ needs to have the intercession. Boy, these people out here serving the world. Material possessions does not determine who you are as a person. And evidently God wants me to speak of it. These kids that were troublemakers in school, 9 times out of 10, they gonna end up behind bars. Bars, honey, bars. They gonna end up behind bars making fun, continually go through their life and not growing up and respecting people, respecting their elders, respecting other people. Kids need to be taught respect. They gonna end up in bars if you don't teach them. They gonna end up behind bars. Smuggling, child trafficking, killing, so many things when parents are not teaching their kids how to behave. You should not make fun of the poor. Now you tell me how kids get around other kids and make fun of them for the brand they wear or for anything. Bring your kids up with respect. It is different if your child suffers with a mental illness. Sometimes it's hard to make them mind because they suffer with other things. But when you're talking about children who do not have any of those issues and they will not listen, they want to do what they want to do, they're going to end up behind closed bars one of these days. You might want to think about that when you're bringing up your kids in toxic relationships. You're bringing them up in toxic environments. They're not seeking the Lord. They're seeking alcohol and substance abuse. Maybe you better think about that as a parent when you're raising your child. Raise them to have respect for people and to love God's people, whether poor, middle class, rich, whatever. Not many of us were born into being filthy rich. And so we are to speak up for the poor, not to ignore the poor. Ye with people who walk by sight and not faith. That boy that made fun of me ended up behind closed bars. He was always in trouble with the law. He had no respect for kids in school, nor did he probably respect his parents, nor did he respect anybody in authority. You have got to teach your kids respect. And I mean that with all of my heart. You have got to bring them up with respect. And some of these kids are getting out here acting the way they do for the simple fact that it is not the parents that are teaching them that. They are trying to fit in. They are trying to fit in the crowd instead of trying to stand out in the crowd and stand proud on that. Kids need guidance. Remember that when you're bringing your kids up. I tried to get mine to mind, and there were times when he did not. Many a times. But he has several mental issues. It's not easy being a single parent, so I don't blame it all on the parents. But there are some parents, God says, that are not trying to raise their kids to have respect for others. Because their environment is toxic. Their environment is not a healthy environment for them to be growing up in. Because you keep choosing the toxic man. You keep choosing the toxic woman. You keep choosing all the things that you should not be bringing your kids around. But you don't think about that. You're drinking in front of your kids. You're doing drugs in front of your kids. You're doing things you should not be doing. You're not fit to be raising them with the decisions which you are making. You are not. You've got to grow up. And if you have not repented of your sins, you surely need to. I speak of things people don't want to hear, but I'm not ridiculing anybody who's made mistakes in their life. And I've made similar mistakes, but I've never been on drugs. I have drank some in front of my child at times, I have, and there's times I should not have done it. I should have never done it. But I was not an alcoholic. But I have made mistakes too, so I'm not only talking to you, but you have to raise your kids with respect. And sometimes it's not the parents' fault. Sometimes they have tried to raise them right, but they want to hang around people they shouldn't hanging around. It's called watching who you let in your inner circle. It is not cool for kids to sit out here and make fun of other kids. And some of you parents are letting it happen. You don't care that they're doing it. You're not making them mind. You're not making them mind. You're letting them go around making fun of people. Whoop their butt. Ground them. Do something. It is not okay for your kids to make fun of other kids. You need to discipline them. They need to learn self-discipline, and the only way they're going to learn it is if they learn it from you. It is not okay to let your kids go to school and make fun of other kids. You punish them. It is not okay to do. My kid always took up for other kids getting made fun of in school. It's not good to make fun of people. It is not. Raise your kids right. To teach them wrong from right. Raise them of Christ. Talk to them about Christ. I've not been a perfect parent by no means. I'm talking to myself too. I let my kid get by with a lot of stuff when he was younger because he had mental illness, and I felt sorry for him. And the fact that he didn't have a father in his life. But we have got to start making our kids mind. You've got to start making them mind at a young age. If you do not, they will grow up and take you out. They will take you out. They will hit on you. They will beat on you. They will tear stuff up in your house. You have got to make your kids mind. I didn't always make mine mind growing up, so when I speak to people, I'm speaking to myself. But I always taught my kid to take up for other kids that are getting made fun of, and I never taught him to make fun of anybody. Because I knew what it was like when I grew up getting made fun of for what I wore. It is not right. And I'm speaking up about it. You want your child to grow up respecting people. My son is a good kid, but he don't always listen. But he's 21 years old now. You can't change it. I love him to death. He's a good kid. But when I tell him what is right to do, he does what he wants. But he's 21. He's an adult. He can make his own decisions. But I will tell you right now, it is not good if you do not raise your kids with discipline. And it ain't easy being a single parent out here. I'm not trying to put nobody down. I'm speaking truth. Remember, the first narcissist was the devil. Shiatikaliye in the Garden of Eden. You better be trying to teach your kids respect and manners. Because not every kid is growing up in a good environment. They're growing up in toxic environments. If they see you making fun of people, they're going to go make fun of people. It's not right to do. It's not right to do. Because that only shows hate to God's people. It creates division in the world. It creates division. You need to be bringing your kids up as speaking of the Lord. They need to respect their elders. And the only way we learn is when we see what's going on in the world. We need to be actively trying to teach our kids Christian value principles, teaching them to love all people and not to make fun of people with mental issues, not to make fun of the handicapped, not to make fun of people who have anything wrong with them. Show them empathy, sympathy. It goes a long way to respecting your elders. Because a kid who grows up without self-discipline, no discipline, can turn to a narcissist. Can be the most hypocritical. Can be the most dangerous living under your roof. If you do not raise them with respect, if you do not raise them with Christ being in their life, you do not raise them the way you should raise them. And when they get older, they will know right from wrong. But if they have never had a true role model in their life to show them how to act, they will raise up and they will take you out of your home. Believe me. If you ever listen to anything, you should be listening to this. It is not okay to teach your kids to make fun of kids. And it's not okay for you to accept it if you have had a child who has made fun of a child. It is not right. You know what is wrong and right. You should be disciplining your kids for that. If they are going around making fun of people, it's different if they're taking up for somebody. It's different if they are trying to get out of a dramatic situation. There's always exceptions to the rules. My kid a lot of times got himself in trouble in school for taking up for others. But it is what it is. You should never teach your kid to make fun of kids. And even if you have not done it and they are going to school doing it, trying to fit in with everybody else, you need to discipline them and show them the right way to go. Because you are their parent. It's not okay to make fun of kids who don't dress in the best high fashion brands. It's not okay to do that. You're going to find out. If you don't teach them the right way, you know what's going to happen. They're going to take you out. They're going to think they're the boss and they can tell you what to do. They're going to grow up telling you what to do instead of you telling them what to do. You better look out. Because a lot of kids are not being raised with discipline in their life. A lot of them are not. And that is truth. A lot of them are not listening to you. A lot of them are going to rebel against you because you are not disciplining them. I know, I have dealt with it. Trust me, I know. I was not the most looked up to mother. I wasn't the best mother. I'm not telling you to sit and wallow in your self-pity either. So don't take it as that. Or that I'm trying to throw shade your way. I'm trying to tell you that you need to discipline your children if they are doing stuff they should not be doing. They're going to raise up and come against you. If you have kids who you're trying to keep them from seeing their father, who you're trying to keep them from seeing their mother, or you're trying to keep them from seeing their grandmother, due to some kind of revenge you're trying to seek against them, unless they are beating them or physically talking bad or abusing them, then you should not try to keep them from seeing their family members. I'm talking to you. Because there are people out there who do it. I'm not saying my viewers do it, but you never know who you're talking to. But don't keep your kids from seeing family members as long as they're not causing them any bodily harm. Or physical harm. Or verbally harm. It is not good to keep your kids from seeing their family members. It is not. Unless you have a legit excuse. If you're only doing it to seek revenge that has nothing to do with that child, it is not right to do. I don't care who I offend when it comes to that, because some people are doing it on purpose just to seek revenge. You're hurting that child. I speak out about many things on my YouTube video. I will not back down to anybody. I speak truth, but I come with love. Unless there's physical abuse or something like that, or verbal abuse, and there's not a legit reason for you not to let your family members see your child. You should not hold revenge against people. God said to forgive and move forward. It's not right to keep your child from seeing their family members. I will speak up about it. It is not right. You know it's not right. You out there that I'm talking to who are doing it. I'm not accusing my viewers, but there may be some that do. You don't know. But God says it's happening in the world, so I'm speaking of it. I'm not accusing my viewers of doing it because I don't know that. But I know there's people in the world who do that. Or God would not be having me speak of it. It is not right. It is time to grow up and take responsibility for what needs to be done before your children get too old to where they're going to take you out. And trust me, I know. I've dealt with it. I know. And me and my son have had a rough way to go, but I love my son to death. And it is a lot better now than what it used to be. But I can tell you right now, if you don't make that child mind like you should make him mind, or her, they will 9 times out of 10 take you out. You better learn to make them mind, and to teach them respect, and to love God's people, not to hate on a race. You who are out there raising your kids with hatred, you're raising your kids with hatred, to hate upon black or Mexicans or whatever they are. God created us all to love one another. You should never teach your kids hatred. God is sacred, and he don't like hatred. Some of you out here in the world, no matter who they are, I'm speaking up for Christ. You should not teach your kids to hate another race. God does not like division that a lot of parents are causing within the culture. They're like vultures bringing their kids up to hate others. My parents brought me up not to like black people, but guess what? I was not the same. I come up in Christ, he reigns. I do not hate on any race, no matter what my family's like. I do not hate nobody, no matter who they are. I am a Christian, and I shall try to walk as much like Christ-like as I can, but I am not perfect. But I do not hate on races. That is one thing God wants me to speak up about. You people out here who are raising your kids to be hated, to hate upon another race. Judgmental hypocrites. Hypocrites who do that God did not tell you to raise your kids with hatred. I don't care if they're black, white, tan, pink, green. I don't care what they are. If God made them, you're supposed to love them, not push and shove them. I speak the light of Christ. I don't care who I offend, because truth brings out the hate in people. Truth brings out the hatred that you show people. God did not say to hate a race. He created us all in this place. He loves us all the same. He don't love any one more than the other. We're supposed to show our sisters and our brothers to walk the light of Christ, not to hate on a race. It is not right. I went against the grain when I know my parents raised me to have hate in my heart, but I don't have. And I would speak up against it. And I am doing the very thing that God wanted me to do. So I am living proof. Just because you was raised up around people who act racist doesn't mean you have to be that way. We get old enough to know what right from wrong is, so we can't blame our parents for the things that we go through. Shiatiki alaki eshie. So until next time, peace, love, and y'all be blessed.